Hello and welcome to Fit Flow Yoga. This is day 8 of the 28-day movement challenge. Today's flow is a flow for your hips as we work to stretch and open throughout our hips. So let's get started today in a child's pose. Bring your big toes together to touch, maybe your knees out wide if that feels good or okay in your body. And begin to sink your seat towards your heels for your child's pose. They may not meet, that's completely okay. And then if you can, send your forehead down to your mat or maybe a block. Extend your arms out long overhead. And then begin to let your eyes fall closed or soften your gaze down towards the mat. As always, spend the first few moments here just arriving in your mat. Begin to feel your mat underneath you as it supports you underneath your forearms, your forehead, through your shins and the tops of your feet. And then begin to send your awareness here towards your breath. Maybe tune into the expanding and the contracting of your belly with each breath in and each breath out. From here, begin to send your awareness to the qualities of your breath. Are your inhales and your exhales even in length? Are you taking full and complete inhales? When you exhale, are you releasing all the air in your system? And then wherever you're at in your breath cycle, begin to lengthen into both your inhales and your exhales. Maybe breathing in for 3, 4, or 5 counts. And breathing out for the same number of counts to find a balanced breath. And as we move through the remainder of this practice, I encourage you to keep this balanced breath, working to even out both your inhales and your exhales, and to keep your awareness on your breath. And take one more inhale and exhale. From here, keep your left palm planted onto the mat. And we'll lift your right palm off the mat and send your right hand all the way to the left side of your mat here for a thread the needle in a child's pose seat. Plant your right cheek down to your mat or a block. Continue here for a full breath in and out. Take one more inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, return your right hand down to your mat. We'll lift your left hand and thread your left. Turn your left hand back down to the mat for your child's pose. And then rise all the way up through your tabletop. Maybe spend a moment here to send your hips from side to side and shake it out. And then begin to return back through your tabletop. Press through your palms and the tops of your feet. Reach the crown of your head forward. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, cat pose, reach your spine towards the sky. Inhale, cow. Send your chest and gaze forward. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And take a few more rounds here to your own breath, moving with your balanced breath pace. And then begin to return back through your neutral tabletop. From here, step your left foot to the back of your mat. Take a calf stretch here. The option to find stillness or maybe rock forward and backward. Maybe lift your right knee off the mat if you're looking for more sensation, or lower down to your forearms if that feels best. Take one more inhale. And exhale. Lower your right knee down to the mat and return to your palms. And then begin to pivot on your right shin and open up for a supported side plank towards the left side of your mat. So reach your left hand up towards the sky. Press the pinky edge side of your left foot. And if it feels okay in your body, sweep your left hand overhead, palm facing down, finding length here along the entire left side. Take one more inhale here. And exhale. On your next inhale, we'll rise up, lift your upper body. And then exhale through your gate pose. Let your left hand graze your left leg and reach up and over with your right arm. Once again, one more full inhale. And exhale. From here, as you inhale, return back through center. Reach both hands towards the sky. And then exhale, plant your hands down in front of your right knee. Maybe walk them out a bit so your wrists are underneath your shoulders. We'll take an inhale. As you exhale, the option to tuck through your right toes, but begin to sink your seat towards your right heel. With your inhale, return back up. Exhale, sit back. One more round here. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, sink your seat. Inhale, rise back up through this gate tabletop. And then begin to walk your hands towards the top of your mat, and we'll pivot all the way forward, returning back through your tabletop. This time we'll step your right foot to the back of your mat for a calf stretch. The option for movement or stillness, whatever feels best for you. If you once again lifted your left knee or lower down to your forearms, begin to return to your palms and lower your left knee down to the mat. From here, pivot on your left shin and open up for a supported side plank towards the right side of your mat. Reach your right hand towards the sky, press the pinky edge side of your right foot, and then if it feels okay, reach your right head overhead, palm facing down, and find length here along your entire right side. Take a full breath in. And out. And as you inhale, rise up. And exhale, gate pose. Reach your left hand up and over. Let your right hand graze your right leg. Once again, full breath in. And full breath out. Inhale, rise back up through center. And with your exhale, plant your hands down in front of your left knee and walk them forward towards like a tabletop. From here, option to tuck through. And as you exhale, sink your seat back towards your left heel. Inhale back through center. Exhale, sink your seat. Inhale through center. One more round here. Exhale, sink your seat. Inhale here, back through center. And then once again, begin to return towards a tabletop to the top of your mat. Shake it out here. And then begin to tuck through your toes and lift your hips up and back for a downward facing dog. Bend into your knees, lift a leg, or send your hips from side to side. Take the movement that your body's calling for. On your next inhale, reach your right leg towards the sky, three-legged dog. And exhale, plant your right foot to the top of your mat. Inhale, rise all the way up, high lunge. From here, sink into the bend of your right knee. The option to keep a bend here into your left knee, maybe to find length here along your left hip flexor. Pause for a full breath in. And as you exhale, open up warrior two. Continue to press to the pinky edge side of your left foot. Open your chest and hips towards the left side of your mat. One more full breath in and out. Inhale, reverse warrior. Reach your right hand up and back. Let your left hand graze your left leg. And exhale through your extended side angle. Plant your right hand down to your mat, a block, or bring your right forearm to your right thigh. Reach your left hand overhead or sweep your left hand over, palm facing down. Continue to open your chest and hips towards the left side of your space. The option is stay here in your extended side angle if this feels best to you, or reach your left hand up towards the sky. And on your next inhale, shift forward for your half moon. Work to stack your shoulders, work to stack your hips. Squeeze through your entire left leg and flex through your left foot. Take one more inhale through your half moon. And as you exhale, take a bend into your right knee and return through your extended side angle. On your next inhale, reverse warrior, reach your right hand up and back. And exhale, fan your hands down to your mat to the inside of your right foot. From here, heel toe your right foot to the right edge of your mat. And lower down onto your left knee for a lizard lunge. The option to lower down to your forearms or maybe roll onto the pinky edge side of your right foot. The second option here to keep your left hand planted and maybe bring your right hand to your right thigh, finding a bit of a twist here. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, return both hands down to the mat. Return to the sole of your right foot. And then tuck through your left toes, lift your left knee off the mat. Take one full inhale. And exhale, step your left foot forward and sink your seat for a Malasana. Send your hands to prayer at heart center. Work to use your triceps to maybe press through your inner thighs. One more full breath in and out. From here, plant your hands into your mat. Inhale through a forward fold. Heel toe your feet underneath your hips as you exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, high mountain. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, plant your hands into your mat. Step back through your high plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. On your inhale, sweep your left leg towards the sky, three-legged dog. And exhale, plant your left foot to the top of your mat. So you inhale, rise all the way up, high lunge. One more breath in here. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Work to open your chest and hips towards the right side of your mat. Squeeze through your right glute, press through the pinky edge side of your right foot. Inhale, reverse warrior, reach your left hand up and back. And exhale, extended side angle. Plant your left hand down to your mat or block. Bring your left forearm to your left thigh if that feels best. And then reach your right hand towards the sky or sweep it overhead, palm facing down. Once again, the option is stay here if this feels best for you. Or reach your right hand up towards the sky. And on your next inhale, shift your weight into your left foot and lift up for half moon. Flex your right toes towards your face. Find the opening here along your chest and hips. Full breath in and full breath out. From here, begin to bring a bend back into your left knee. Step your right foot to the back of your mat and return back through your extended side angle. On your next inhale, reverse warrior, reach your left hand up and back. And exhale, fan your hands to the inside of your left foot. Heel toe your left foot to the left edge of your mat. And then lower down onto your right knee for a lizard lunge. Once again, the option to lower down to your forearms or roll onto the pinky edge side of your left foot. Taking whatever version here feels best in your body. Once again, the option to stay here or send your left hand towards your left thigh and take the opening here, the twist. We'll take one more inhale. And as you exhale, return both hands down to the mat. Return to the sole of your left foot. Tuck through your right toes. Lift your right knee off the mat. And on your next exhale, step your right foot forward to meet your left. Once again, finding a malasana at the top of your mat. Full breath in here. And breath out. From here, plant your hands down to your mat. Send your hips up for your forward fold. Heel toe your feet underneath your hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, high mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back through your high plank. And then send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, reach your right leg towards the sky, three-legged dog. And exhale, set up for your half pigeon. Send your right knee behind your right wrist, right ankle behind your left. Extend your left leg long here. And take a few breaths here in your proud pigeon. If it feels okay in your body, begin to fold forward. Maybe lowering down to your forearms or folding all the way down to your mat. Always the option to place your forearms on blocks. If you'd like to bring the ground up to you a bit more. And on your next inhale, begin to walk your hands back towards your right shin. This time roll onto your right hip and send your left leg towards the top of your mat for seated tree pose. Bring the sole of your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Turn your upper body towards your left leg. Inhale, reach your hands towards the sky, and exhale, fold over your left leg. On your next inhale, slowly rise all the way up. From here, plant the sole of your left foot into your mat for just a moment. We'll take your right heel and continue to pull it towards the left side of your mat, bringing your knee somewhere in towards the center of your mat. And then begin to stack your left knee on top of your right, coming into a cow face pose. If a block in between your knees feels good, you're more than welcome to take it. And if this just doesn't feel good at all, maybe bring the soles of your feet together for a cobbler's pose or Baddha Konasana. We'll meet you there in just a second. Take an inhale here in your cow face pose. And if this feels okay to you, maybe begin to fold forward. Take one more full breath in and out. On your next inhale, return back through center. And then if you're not there yet, bring the soles of your feet together to touch your knees out wide for Baddha Konasana or cobbler's pose. One more breath in here. And exhale, fold forward. As you inhale, begin to rise all the way up. And however you'd like to get there, we'll meet back in a downward facing dog. So on your next inhale from your downward dog, reach your left leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog. And exhale, set up for your half pigeon. Left knee behind left wrist, left ankle behind right. Extend your right leg long. And take a few breaths here in your proud pigeon. And if it feels okay in your body, begin to fold forward. Take one more breath in and out. And as you inhale, we'll rise back up. This time begin to roll over onto your left hip and extend your right leg towards the top of your mat. We'll bring the sole of your left foot to the inside of your right thigh and turn your upper body towards your right leg. Inhale, reach your hands up towards the sky, and exhale, fold over your right leg. And take one more breath in and out. Inhale, rise back up through center. Bring the sole of your right foot into your mat. Once again, we'll take your left ankle and cross it all the way over towards the right side of your mat, working to keep your left knee into the center line of your mat. And then begin to stack your right knee on top of your left for a cow face pose. Once again, if this just isn't working for you, bring the soles of your feet together to touch and your knees out wide. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, fold forward. And your next inhale, begin to rise back up. And then wherever you're at, begin to extend your legs long out in front of you, starting in a staff pose. Inhale your arms up towards the sky and exhale, forward fold. 2 big breaths here. On your third inhale, rise back up. And then begin to lower all the way down to your back. From here, begin to set up for your Shavasana or your final resting pose. Either lying on your back or in a completely different position that's comfortable for you. Let your eyes fall closed or soften your gaze. With each and every exhale, work to release any extra tension you may be holding on to. Find stillness here and take rest. Stay as long as you need here in your Shavasana. And thank you for joining me on day 8 of this movement challenge. Be well, friends, and I'll see you tomorrow.